Hi practice buddies. So today I want to show you something pretty special. It's called the Kyber Crystal. Can you see it okay? This is the crystal that is the heart of my lightsaber. Every Violin Jedi has one. It can be any color. Mine was originally blue, but after I learned how to play on all the strings equally, it changed to red and then finally amethyst. So when I was a student in my class, like when I was 8 years old, our teacher said to us, and there were about 10 of us in the class, and he said to us, right, you've done Andantino, you've done Allegretto, you've been to the dark side and back, but now you have to play on all 4 strings equally. So in this new adventure, you're going to go to this mountain, you're going to find your crystals, and you're going to bring them back and construct your own lightsabers. And we were all really excited. We were like, oh, that sounds like a great adventure. That's going to be great. And he said, but wait. And we all stopped and we were thinking, what? I should warn you, there's one thing, he said. Not all of you
will come back.
And then what did he say? He said something about, I can't quite remember. I better put this crystal back in my lightsaber just in case I lose it. Where is my lightsaber? Ah, there it is. So that adventure was called Etude. I think it's in. And now, it's your turn. Well, when I was a young student learning Etude with my teacher, I was one of the ones that wanted to come back. In fact, I wanted all my friends to come back from the adventure in one piece, all together, with their crystals so they could all build lightsabers. But my teacher was like, you're not going to come back, all of you. Some of you will, some of you won't. So today we're going to go over Etude and make sure that all of you come back in one piece. We're going to sing it, then we're going to go line by line and then play it through. At the end of this video, so make sure you watch until the end, we'll go through the adventure itself so that you're clear on all the traps and the memory markers in the music so that you know exactly what to do when you're in the mountainous cave looking for your crystals. For now, let's start with singing. Oh, I almost forgot. We should probably set our metronomes for 70 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, go. Did you manage to sing it that fast? If so, well done, that was great. Okay, so for the first line practice, we're going to keep the metronome marking the same, 70 beats per minute. It's going to be quite fast. We're going to go through the first phrase, which is actually the first line plus an extra bar. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Well, I did an extra note there. Okay, so now this is where the adventure gets interesting. The second phrase. The second phrase is the second line plus an extra bit, and it goes up to the freedom door. Now, some of you will know what I'm talking about when I say freedom door. Some of you won't, but it will all be explained later at the end of this video when we go through the adventure and the memory markers. So, for now, let's just play the second phrase. 70 beats per minute on the metronome, remember. 1, 2, ready, go. Great. Okay, now, so the third phrase is what we call the water slides. Again, it will be explained at the end of the video. So the water slide phrase is a sequence of descending scales followed by a second freedom door. Shall we? 70 beats per minute? 1, 2, ready, go. final phrase is where the mining of the Kyber crystal takes place and your own escape from the mine. So you've got to get you and your fellow Padawan learners out of the mine together, all in one piece, because we don't want to lose anyone. You know, way back in the day when we were learning, it was okay to lose a few pupils in the caves. But today, we don't want to lose anyone. Everyone comes home. So let's get those Kyber crystals and get out of there. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so now we're going to play the whole thing through from beginning to end, and that will be your Etude practice done for the day. Well done for doing your practice every day. That's great. Now bear in mind, this is just a practice. We're not going on the adventure yet, but this is kind of a dress rehearsal for the real thing, for when you eventually do go on the adventure and you do mine your Kyber crystals and you do construct your own lightsabers. Are you ready? Set your metronomes to 70 beats per minute and we shall begin. Zip step and all that. Make sure your posture is good. Bow parallel to the bridge as usual. 1, 2, ready, go. Well done for getting out of the Kyber cave in one piece with your crystals. So keep practicing that every day. So the adventure is you start the piece walking towards the mountain with your group of Padawan learners. You enter the mountain cave and you see, after a number of tunnels, 2 doors, and you have a choice. One door says freedom and the other door says
certain death.
Of course, you choose the freedom door, the one that says freedom. Now, that's called a memory marker, and we put it in our minds, freedom door, when we need to play these 4 notes. 1, 3, 1, 3. So 1 on A, 3 on D, 1 on A, 3 on A. That puts us through the freedom door. Then the water slide section starts, which is the scales descending from 2 on E. And then we come through a second freedom door. And then the next water slide. And there we are at the Kyber crystals. And then we've got to mine our crystal really quick. Because the caves are collapsing and there's all sorts of dangers that are coming after you through the dark tunnels. So we've got to get out with our crystals on the last water slide and escape the cave. And we're home free. That's the adventure, and that's how you memorize the piece, because this piece is notorious for memory. That's the difficult thing about this piece. People get lost in those caves all the time, but if you set the correct memory markers, you will always be safe. You will always know where you're going, and you will always be able to guide those to the left of you and those to the right of you, and forge ahead and become a true Violin Jedi. Okay guys, well done for getting this far in the video. I really appreciate you watching and you practicing with me every day. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it, and I'll see you on the next one.